Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Factorio. And on this episode, we are going to be continuing where we left off. Now, we just played the very first level, which was a tutorial, and it taught us the basics of how to mine, how to create a few objects, and how to get some of the very basic machines going for the very first time and how to fuel them and things of that sort. Now we're going to be going on to the next level and seeing what more they're going to add. Now, I already know they're going to be adding the conveyor belts, and we're going to be getting attacked a little bit, so not too much, but it's definitely going to be something new that's going to be there as well. And they're going to integrate a couple more resources that we haven't seen just yet. So there's going to be a few things to come in this episode. I hope you guys like it. We're going to go ahead and click next level, and you can see here we go right here. This looks like an abandoned mining site. All right, so we got, I wonder what the robotic arm is for. Now, the robotic arm, that actually takes stuff off of the conveyor belt and puts it wherever it is that you have it facing. So it will take from one side and move to the other side. So whether it takes from a conveyor belt and moves it to a machine, takes it from a conveyor belt, moves it to a box, takes it from a machine, moves it to a conveyor belt, whatever. It's taking it from one place and putting it somewhere else. Now, every conveyor belt has two different sides, a left side and a right side or top side or bottom side, however you want to look at it. The arm can pull from both sides if it's close enough. Sometimes I've seen it pass by completely, not pull anything off. Other times I've seen it reach clear across to the other side and pull it off when it needs to. So I'm not quite sure on the connection there just yet, but it's a very useful machine to have. So let's see. This machine has run out of fuel. So we're going to need to give it some fuel here, guys. So let's come up here and snag some of the fuel that's sitting on the conveyor belt. Open the machine GUI and give it a little bit of fuel. So we're going to go ahead and stick a little bit in there. This is called a burner inserter. It picks up items in front of it and places them behind. So let's go ahead and go through that. It can insert or unload stuff into and from machines. So you can see it right there, pulling from a box and taking it to another box, pulling it from the ground and putting it into a machine, or putting it from a machine, putting it on the conveyor belt, box to ground, or ground to ground. It doesn't really matter in those situations. And you can see now it's activating right there. It's actually taking from the conveyor belt and putting it inside that box. And it's doing it fast enough that it's pretty much keeping up with the flow right now because there's only two machines working. Inspect the wooden crate or chest. There might be something useful left inside. So let's go ahead and look inside the crate. And you'll see right here we get a pistol, range 15, shooting speed 6 seconds. So let's go ahead and grab that. You got the regular magazine, 2 physical damage, 10 ammo in each one. So we'll grab that. Guns and ammos must be equipped in the frame slots to be activated. So let's go ahead and click through that. We'll go ahead and drag these down here and equip them. Equip ammunition, shortcut is shift plus left mouse button. Well, we're just going to drag it down there because I like doing things manually the very first time we do it. So transport belt, max 50 hit points. These are the... when enemies are close, you can fire at them by holding space. The enemy closest to the cursor will be shot first. So let's go ahead and exit out of that. We'll go ahead and see the combat right there. You can see he doesn't fire until it gets within range, but then he's able to kill it pretty quickly, and the life is down here on the bottom. I better get production here working and prepare myself. Phew, they are dead, but there may be more coming. Insert the second inserter in reverse. So we need to fix that. But let's go ahead and grab this other burner. When building something, use R to rotate the building. We've already kind of covered that, but we'll definitely cover it again. You can see more coal being put inside. So you can see right here, it's taking from the machine and putting onto the conveyor. That's the way it's set up. So left or right click on it with the second mouse button, and now we got another one. It's in our inventory. We're going to go ahead and put it down. We need to use the R button to rotate it, and there you go right there. Now that is still going to require fuel. So let's come over here, snag a little bit more fuel, and come over here into the machine, and we'll give it some. Actually, it can only hold 50, so that's good right there. Now this also needs fuel, so we need to put a little bit of fuel in there, and you'll see now it's starting to go. Now it's doing what it needs to do. You don't necessarily have to put things in this box. You can just have them go on a conveyor all the way down. The problem I've seen with that is you do kind of want it to slow down, and you do want to have a spot where there are some resources here, because once you get a couple of these buildings going, you're going to notice that a lot of the resources, especially coal, is mined way too quick. So But in a situation like this, having multiple arms, especially if the conveyor belt went up and around, would be a good idea to put into this machine, because this one arm just doesn't go fast enough to keep up with the production of these machines over here. So let's go ahead and take a look inside here. We're going to go ahead and snag those real quick. And you can see it wants us to build more machines. It wants us to have 10 burner drilling units, and it wants us to have 5 stone furnaces. So it wants us to have 15 or 10 of these type machines, and 5 of these types of machines. So we got a lot of building to go. Before we do that, I'm going to go ahead and drag these down here to the hotbar. We're going to be using that. And I am going to set up these going in the right direction. That I kind of want to try out this new design just a little bit. So we're going to go up this direction, give ourselves a little bit of room, turn it to go at an angle if I can. It doesn't seem to want to, so we'll go like that. Okay, there we go. And what I can do is I can come down here to this corner piece, pick it up, and then go ahead and put down again, and it will automatically connect it into the little area here. Now, as you can see, I did all that the wrong way, so we're going to pick all that back up because it was set down as the arrows going the wrong way on that one. You can see right there. There we go. Okay, the arrows are finally going the right way. Let's go ahead and put the... Nope, that's the wrong way. Let's get these arrows. There we go. Let's snag this one, and we'll put another one down, and it should connect just fine. Okay, so before we connect this to the circle area where it's round and the pieces will be going up there, I want to put more stuff in there, and that's just not going to happen just yet. So let's give it a second. This over here has run out of fuel. Even the ones mining coal still need coal as fuel, so you got to keep an eye on that. Let's grab that. Let's look in here. That one's almost out as well. Let's top that off. Let's come over here and give that one just a little bit more. Okay, and this arm right here still has plenty. Okay, that's good. Let's grab just a little bit more to work with. All right, let's see. What can we make? We can make a few more of these. We can make some more arms. We need some more stone. So we're going to have to mine some stone. And we do have a pickaxe. So let's run up here real quick. Keep an eye out for enemies. You just never know when they're going to pop up. They could come at any moment, and you need to be prepared for that because your guy's not the strongest in the world. He does take damage. So I spent a lot of time mining the stone. I should use my first burner mining drill to mine it for me. Well, yeah, that's kind of a given. That's what we're basically trying to build up to do here. But you do got to have a little bit to work with. So I think that's more than enough right there. We're going to go ahead and mine, actually make 2 of these, because the more you have, the faster it's going to work. There we go. We finally got the first one. Make sure that yellow line is lined up the way you want it. Now, it doesn't matter if it's off to the side. Actually, it kind of does, because the more material it's sitting on, the longer it's going to last. It will eat through this stuff. So you want to put it on the biggest spots of those resources. Now, we do need coal, so let's come down here and snag some of that real quick. Maybe we could have left a little bit in there. We get that first one going. We're also going to need the conveyor belt, so let's go ahead and make a whole bunch of those real quick. We're also going to need another box, so let me come up here and chop down some trees. And you can see just how fast you chop those down. Let's see, can I make a box? Yes, we can make a couple of boxes. You don't really use wood for all that much either, so not really too terribly important to hold on to it. Let's make sure this is all going the right way. Here we go. I'm going to keep going this direction because I do want it to kind of meet up with the ones that I have over there. Now, for now, I am going to go ahead and add this little arm in there, and I'm going to put the box right there so it can start storing it up. Now, it usually can only carry so much of a resource. And it's out of fuel, isn't it? Yep. Okay, let's come down here and snag some of that and give the fuel to this little conveyor thingy, this little arm right here, servo operated arm. We still have to give this one some fuel as well. So let's come down here and grab just a little bit more. It won't last for too long, but it will at least get it started so it can start producing some stone for us. And then we can come over here and snag even more stone and make a few more items out of that. Now we're going to need, what are we going to need? Iron. Okay, so let's come down here and get some of this. 48 going strong, and it's almost out of fuel. Okay, and the other one's almost out of fuel too. So we're going to need to put down a few more of those operated things to get more fuel, because as you can see, we're running low on it. It's just not meeting the amount that we need with all the stuff that we got going on. So let's get a little bit more. snag it and put it in here before it runs out. And we can, of course, put this stuff in manually, too, if the arm's not keeping up with it. If you want to come over here and hit the F button, you can pick up all of these resources, clear the track, put them in here manually. It can always carry only 50 at a time. So, I mean, even if the arm's not keeping up with it and just not doing what it needs to do, that's fine. You can do it manually. Let's see, can we make a few more of these? Yes, we can. And I think I'm going to put them over here on this side, to be honest. So let's make a few more tracks, because we do need that down there on the bottom for us. Here we go. Now, I want to make sure these are pointed the right way. I'm always going to tell you that, guys, because I've made the mistake several times of putting them in the wrong direction when I first started. And until we get the hang of things, want to make sure we got the tracks and everything else going in the right way. Now, again, we need more fuel. Oh, crap, here we go. Fighting, fighting, fighting. And you will most likely see more than one enemy at a time. You usually don't just see one come down here, but because we're on pretty much the very first level, they're integrating that in. That's all we're seeing at the moment. So you can see it's not meeting up with the amount of this iron ore over here on the side. It's doing it very, very slowly. You could put a second one right here and have 2 servos going into that, or one going in and one going out. You can also have a track down here on the bottom that actually pulls out and goes in a different direction. I think we're actually going to do that. So let me go ahead and put this going the opposite direction right there. We'll have that all set up before we get this done with. So let me see right there. We'll put it right there. Now we need to go in and create an arm. Let's get a couple of these, actually. We're going to need it for what we have planned here. Now let's go ahead and move this in that direction and this in that direction. And you'll see it's starting to pull the bars out and putting them over here in this chest. So now we don't always have to come back over here and pull them out ourselves. We can have them do it automatically for us. But they're going to need more coal. So you can see everything needs more coal. Everything is going to kind of revolve around that for now. There will be a fix to that at a later date, you know, a way that we can use electricity rather than coal, and it makes your life a whole lot easier. But for now, let's get out of that and go into our attack mode. Yeah, we took a little bit of damage right there. Let's go ahead and grab these. No reason to keep them in the box. It doesn't weigh you down or anything as far as I can tell. Let's snag that. Go down here, and we will put it inside. And, of course, the guy at the top. Well, we don't need any more stone. I think we have plenty of stone. So if that happens, you can always come up here, snag it, pull it back into your inventory, put it over here, per se, where you might want to actually do a little bit of harvesting, and then go ahead and put some more of these things down. So let's do that real quick. Let's get this going. Now, remember, you do have to be close enough to actually put this down. If it shows up red and you're like, why can't I put that down? Chances are it's because, actually, I put that too close. Okay, well, no, that's fine, actually. We can do that. I wanted to have an arm in here, but we don't really need one. So let's see. Oh, here we go. We got another enemy coming. There we go. Let's turn that a little bit right there, and we'll put a box down. And as soon as we get some coal in here, it should be ready to go. Let's grab that. It's 36. Wow, that's more than enough right there. Let's do... Yep, there we go. Now, this iron up here, this copper up here can be turned in to sheets, just like this one can. And you can see there's no coal in that little arm, and that's why it's no longer moving. So let's go ahead and put that in there. Get that little crate all maxed out right there. Now, like I said before, the benefit to doing that is this can only carry, I think it's 50 plates at one time. So, you know, we're going to need more coal in that thing really quickly before it runs out, which is any second now. And that arm has no coal. So let's come over here and help it along a little quicker. We're going to snag all the coal that's kind of sitting on the conveyor belt, and we're just going to go ahead and throw it in here. So we got 16 going on there. Now, what I like to do is connect all the pieces together. I'm going to go ahead and create a few more of these things because we need them anyways. So there we go. Now, again, having them all connected together gets very, very complicated very quickly. So if you want to, you can always have little pieces kind of set off and have their own little, you know, conveyor system over here that does what it needs to do with the bars, rather than having them all come down here to just one almighty collection and doing it all in one center place. but it's kind of interesting to make it complicated. Like it really does add something to the game when you get to experiment with it in that way. So let's see, it has finally made some more. So we are going to add a few more conveyor belts, and we're going to have them go down. Actually, let's have them go this way, and then I'll have them go down. All right, there we go. That way they can all meet up with one another at some point down the road. But for now, it's not going to be too big of a deal. But I do want these to line up right there, and you'll see it goes all the way down there. Because these are going to make the finished product for me, I hope, if I do it right. And we do need to make a few arms. So let's do 3 arms right there. And we'll start putting these things down. Remember, not right next to the track. You do have to have an arm in between them so that it will pick up the resources. So we're going to do 3 here, actually 2 there, and we'll do 2 down here on the bottom just in case it misses any. Can't put it right there. Oh, I'm not close enough. That's why. So let's come down a little bit more, and we'll put that right there. All right. Now we got the arms going. Okay, let's make sure they're faced the right way. I want 1 to go into there, and that should work right there. 1 to go in and 1 to come out. Same thing on this one, to go in and 1 to come out. We're going to need to make a few more. Let's get those going. Let's come down here and snag some of the plates because we're going to need that, and we're going to need a lot more coal. So let's get that going. And because these are already set up, I'm just going to fill those up with coal right there. Okay, now that we got the arm, let's go ahead and put that right where it needs to be. It's going to start putting the stuff on the tractor pad that we want, or the conveyor belt, and we're going to put one right there. Now remember, these these little guys right here, they're going to need coal as well, which is what you're seeing right there. They're actually running out, and they're not able to do anything. So let's go ahead and put a little bit more in there. Let's come over here and snag what is sitting here. Again, not quite keeping up with it. And if you ever see any of these things stop producing, then you know that the spot underneath them no longer has any coal for them to mine. And so you're going to have to move them from one location to another. And I do think this one is getting very, very close to getting to that point, but it hasn't quite reached there, so we don't need to move it just yet. You see this guy down here is running out of coal as well. So, oh, here we go. Another little enemy. I have not seen them attack the buildings yet, but I bet you more than anything that's going to be a thing here in the future. Okay, so now that we got that going on, let's go ahead and put some coal in this arm, and everything should start working fairly well to start with. Right there, it's going to start moving everything along. Now, we should have, we have plenty of resources in here, so I'm going to do it manually to kind of get the ball going here, and I'll stick that in there. Now, these guys are going to kind of make it to the end of the line because I have the other ones up here completely full. So there's nothing more for them to do, and so that's why they're kind of getting down here. But I'm going to go ahead and snag all this coal, make sure these arms have plenty of fuel inside them, and I will, of course, do these other ones here in a minute, but for now, I'm kind of just concentrating on doing these. Now, we do need 1 more stone furnace, and I could put that down here on the bottom, or I can put it up here wherever I want, wherever I think it's going to be best. I might put it right here, actually. Yeah, because then I can get it from the bottom up here going up as well. And we need 2 more burners. So we'll have to save up and get those. So let's do that now. Now you can have 1 more over here on the copper, or you can have it over here on the coal. I think coal is the most important thing in the game, because you can see I just can't quite keep up with how much stuff is using it. And the more things that use it, the faster it goes through it. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and put those things down over here. Now I need to change the direction. I'm going to have this one, yeah, I guess we're going to put that one right there and that one right there. And then, of course, we're going to need some more of these. So let's, going to need a lot more than that. So let's do that real quick. Come down here, snag some more of these. Yep, there we go. I'll go ahead and put that in my inventory as well. So you need coal. Let's grab you, because these things up here are going to need it. Let's put that in there, and we'll start putting some of the conveyors down in the right order. So let's go down. And, of course, you can just drag it if you really, really want to. Yeah, let's put the surveyor here. You're going to go ahead and start doing that. Let's see. How much coal do we have? Not enough. Not nearly enough. Jeez, guys, this is hard to keep up with. Okay. So everything's going just fine. We need to do these over here and these 4 right here. So we just need to build up a little bit more coal. Let's come over here and snag this. Yeah, let's put here for now, and then we'll do the other 2 buildings here in a second. There we go, 25 from 2 different sides. That's doing pretty nice. How about this? 8. Wow, so in a matter of just seconds, it already put 8 in there. So yeah, that's ideally what you want. You want a nice multitude of ore going through a spot at a time. And of course, you can always have some of these arms feeding another arm. But it kind of gets repetitive because the first arm is still going to need fuel. And you know what we can do now that we have the resources? We can actually take this arm out and just put conveyor belts here. The downside to doing that is it won't store any of the stuff in the crate. But because it's not going nearly fast enough, it's not doing that anyway. So it's not really going to be that big of a thing. Let's change this direction. There we go. Get that going the right way. How's everything else going? Everything else is going pretty good. Let me look in here. More than enough stone. I'm not even going to pick that up. That's just too much stone. Oh, there we go. Now we got a decent amount of coal. So we need to put down, what do we need? 51 iron plates out of 150 copper plates, 32 out of 50, and coal, 97 out of 75. So we just need more iron plates being made. And we only have one little thing making it, so that's why it's just not being able to do it fast enough. What we can do finally is go ahead and connect those pieces right there. I'll go ahead and pull that up. Go ahead and change this so it will go ahead and connect for us. And now the conveyor belt will move this stuff down. There it goes. See, it's snagging some of that coal right there. Or iron, I should say. We're going to put another one of these down here so it can snag a little bit more. Actually, let me put an arm down first so I know it's the right angle. We're going to grab some of that. Can we not? Oh, I'm not close enough. So let me go over a little bit closer to where we want to build. I am going to have it build right there. And then we are going to put that right there. There we go. And now I just got to put some fuel inside. There we go. And this one as well. Okay, so everything's going nice and easy. As soon as it comes down here, it's snagging it. It's just not building, or just not getting it fast enough because we didn't have something over there to hold on to that resource for a while now. So let me put that in there. I put that in backwards actually. So let's put that back the way we want it. Yeah, we want it to pull from over there, and the same thing in reverse. There we go. Once it eats up fast enough, it's just not doing it. It's just too much material, too quick, all into one little thing. So what we can do is we can build a few more arms. Let's do that. We'll build a few more boxes. We're going to need some wood for that. So let's go ahead and get this wood over here. All right. We'll do this right here now, because these things are making so quickly. So what I am going to do is I'm going to put these arms right there. And then I'm going to put these boxes right here. There we go. No more fuel. Of course, no more fuel. Why would you have fuel? That would be too easy. Let's see. 50 in that one, which is going to give that one more than enough. And 50 in that one. Let's check out this. Those are all going really, really well. And this one is out of fuel. So let me give you a little bit more. There we go. I do like how it lets you know. So here we go, guys. Everything is being made just the way we want it. It's just going to take a little bit of time to make those iron plates. It wants more iron plates than anything else because it's been given that from the very beginning of the game. Now, if we want to kind of speed that up, we could either build a few more of these units right here, or we can connect this conveyor belt off to the side and have it go up here to these and have it go around in a circle. And I think that's what I'll try to do here in a second. Let's see, we're going to need to put down, yep, we're just going to take it from the conveyor and put it in there. And I need to go up a little bit more, so let's do that. All right, and let's get this all sorted out so it goes up in the line that I want it to. All right, we're going to have to make a few more because we ran out there, guys. Let's do that. And while that is building, I am going to come down here and snag, there we go, snag those. Let's do the coal that we got as well, because all those arms are going to need it. And let's put down the rest of what we got here. How are we going to do this? If I take that away, I can turn it. I guess we're going to turn it to go that way, because that's the direction we want it to go. I'm not close enough. That's what's going on right there. All right, so it's going to go all the way around. If it doesn't get caught on this side, it's going to get caught on the other side. Here we go. Give it fuel. And this one as well. And how about this one? This one, I don't have any more fuel for it. Let's grab some more down here real quick. It's not quite keeping up. It's running low on fuel down there, so I'm guessing some of those machines are just not producing as well as they could. Let's put that in there. Let's see, how are these guys working? Pretty well. Pretty well. You can see the resources aren't getting put in fast enough for it to really do what it needs to, but as soon as the resources show up, you know, it's making stuff out of it, and it's all getting bogged down here on the bottom. So let's go ahead and put that in there, and that is going to put us over the edge right there, except we do not have any coal. So let's give it a second for the coal to add up. In fact, I can come down here and help it along a little faster, and I'm not going to put any more coal in any of these machines until we get caught up here. So let's see. Oh, well. Ah, dang it. Let's put a little bit in there, just 8. So that one, so it's at least producing. We at least wanted to produce some coal. That's what we're waiting for. So 64 out of 75, and you can do this level a lot quicker than this if you wanted to, guys. I tend to take my time with it because I enjoy, you know, the different aspects of what you can do with this game and how you can kind of play around with the different builds. Like, this is just one build. The first time I came through this, my map looked completely different from this, but it was still pretty useful. It still did what I wanted it to do. So there we go. Whew, that was some hard work, but I think I have everything I need now. It's time to move on. So that is the end of level 2, guys. Victory, kills. We've got small biters, 7 of them destroyed. We're going to go ahead and end the episode here, guys. Again, if you do enjoy these videos, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe. It definitely helps grow the channel, and I greatly appreciate it. But more than that, if you like the game, this is Factorio, guys. If you like this game, it's made by Woob Software Ltd. Sells for $20 on Steam right now, still in early access. $7 for the soundtrack if you want to get that to listen to because you like the music quite a bit. It is a pretty cool game, guys. I like it quite a bit. I would suggest going on there, writing a review, even if it's something like, I like the way this looks, or it's a very cool game. You know, give them a thumbs up. Let other people know that it's a cool game. Support the publishers that you yourself enjoy. And that's how you're going to find more games like those in the future. Again, guys, thanks for watching, and I will catch you all next time.